So I want to lose some weight and I'm asking your opinion on how I should do this. Here's some of the research I'm seeing. One thing I can do is I can just exercise more. I'm comparing exercise to water fasting or caloric restriction, and I think my maintenance calories are like 2,500 per day. I'm a little over 200 pounds. So to walk that off, I think would be like 8 hours to walk off like 2,500 calories for me. That's just not going to happen. I'm not going to be walking that much, right? Water fasting takes time to work. The research I'm seeing says like 5 to 10 days could be optimal. I don't want to do too many days because that will bleed into my onboarding period at my new job. Here are some risks. One study found there could be risks after 8 days. So I'm looking at the 5 to 7 day window. So here I could expect 2 to 10% loss in weight. Let's go in the middle. Let's call it 5% for a nice round number. But only about a third of that will be fat mass, right? So 5% for me would be about 11 pounds, a third of that, so like 3 or 4 pounds of fat. A protein sparing diet for 8 days, cut my calories 500 calories per day for 8 days. That's about a pound of fat loss, right? Then the other 3 pounds of fat loss would be like 1,200 calories. So over the course of 8 days, am I going to exercise enough to burn 1,200 excess calories? Maybe, feels kind of tough. If I did 1,000 calories per day, that would be 12 days. So it really doesn't feel realistic. So it seems like I would lose more fat during the water fast, right? When it comes to onboarding at my new job, I want to make sure that I don't have too much of a cognitive decline. So the good news is that weight loss or water fasting in the long term improve cognitive function, but in the short term, crash dieting will hurt your cognitive function in the short term. And the specific data on this, it looks like 50% or less will significantly degrade. But on the other hand, weight losses of 6% or less over 10 to 45 days don't significantly impact cognitive performance. My question is going to be around if I go for a water fast, say it's a 5 or 7 day water fast, how do I ramp back up to normal dieting? So I would think I would need to do like basically a week of water fast and then a week of maybe like juice and bone broth, kind of like onboarding back to normal food slowly. Because if you onboard back to normal food too quickly, you can just gain a lot of your weight back, and it can also cause like you can feel terrible basically. So that's another piece that I'm thinking about. Maybe I should do 5 and 5 instead of 7 and 7. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Maybe there's an entirely like different approach to dieting that I'm not thinking about. What are your thoughts?